Hey everybody, it's Karen Bentley here. Thank you for finding your way to my channel. This is your introduction to what I do here to assist with addiction recovery and undoing any unwanted behavior or dependency. My special gift is to show you how to take that dependency and spin it into your greatest strength, a real source of power for you. Or when I'm joking around, I like to say that I show you how to take your shite and spin it into gold, just like Rumpelstiltskin used to take hay and spin it into gold. And in fact, if you don't have an unwanted behavior, you're really at a disadvantage because that's your fuel. That's what you have to work with to acquire this power. And so if you don't have shite, you better go make some because it's going to take you where you want to go. And I hope you will come to see this issue through my eyes, through the lens of my eyes, where what you might be feeling as monumental bad luck is actually good luck. Because it's going to take you where you want to go, and it's going to enrich you, and it's just going to open a whole new world for you. So this is my gift. A little bit about myself. I had the monumental good fortune of having many dependencies to work with. Let's see, alcohol, food, sleep aids, unwholesome, unbalanced relationships with men. And through this lifetime of dealing with all of these issues that didn't make me feel good about myself or others, I stumbled into 12-step programs, stumbled in and out of them. I stumbled in and out of SMART programs. I stumbled in and out of individual contributor experts. And it's not that any of those things are bad or malintended or wrong. It's just that they weren't right for me. They didn't resonate with me. And so, again, I had the great good fortune of having to figure all this out on my own with all these issues. Oh, poor me, I have another thing to deal with. Wah, wah, wah. So, and this is what I offer you here, a new message, a new mindset, a new solution, and it's really an alternative to what you may have been hearing. I think it's very exciting though because it's something you haven't heard before. Very, very different, very performance oriented, very results oriented, and uplifting. So today I'm going to explain to you the 5 biggest differences of what I have to offer you. And I hope it appeals. I'm just going to list them off first quickly, and then I'll go into each one a little more deeply as we go along. So number 1, the first thing that's really different is an unrelenting focus on the solution rather than the problem. As much as practical and possible, we focus on the fix. As much as practical and possible, we take our attention off the problem because you get what you pay attention to, right? The second thing that's radically different, revolutionary, is that I ask you to consider framing your stopping experience as a warrior, and I'm saying warrior with an A, not warrior with an O. And a warrior is a noble person who fights a battle, and your only battle is to win over the ever-present impulse to self-destruct and to acquire power for yourself while you're at it. That's the second thing. The third thing that's really revolutionary and different is to consider taking the vow of harmlessness, harmlessness most importantly to self, harmlessness to others, and harmlessness to our world. It's a huge favor to yourself. The fourth thing that's really different is the practice of extreme self-care, which I just adore and I can't wait to tell you about. And the fifth thing that's different is me. I know I look like a very conventional person, but I actually enjoy thinking outside of the box, and I hope to offer you many new perspectives through my eyes. And I enjoy sharing what I know, and leading you to where you want to go through that knowledge. I offer my services in several ways with several different price points. So the first way is through books. This is the most affordable way to get my message. And I have a series of what I call power books that all explore different angles of the stopping or recovery experience. The second way that you can tap into me is through one of my webinars. I've priced them very affordably so that everybody can access them. And again, this is another way to enrich yourself. The fourth way is in-person day-long seminars. This is a little more expensive, but still affordable. And then the last way is through a long 3-day boot camp that we do together. This is really, if you're truly gung-ho, if you're ready to be a warrior, ready to take that vow of harmlessness, ready to dig into extreme self-care, then the boot camp is for you. So those are the ways that you can connect with me and what I offer. I also have a store, Superpower Superstore, which is merchandise and accessories that honor and celebrate power earned through recovery, power earned through struggle, power earned through limitation, power earned by overcoming disease, whatever you have been working with that gave you power. You're going to find something to give to yourself or to someone else at my Superpower Superstore. So check it out when you get the chance. So now I'm going to go into each one of those revolutionary differences in a little more depth so you can know what you're getting in for. The first one is a riveting focus on the problem. So if you're over here, this is the problem, and this is the solution. And if all you're thinking about is your shame and your guilt and your bad feelings and your frustration and your stuckness, you can't get here because you're thinking about this, and that's going to keep you glued to the problem. So we want to slowly take your mind and drag it over here to the solution so that you can have a different experience. And we do this in several ways. I have a whole program called Manifest Your Recovery, which is about getting yourself from this stuck point to getting yourself to this solution point and launching yourself like a rocket. The hardest thing that you have to change is your mind, your mindset about why you're doing this and what you can gain from it, and to start seeing it as an advantage, because that's what it really is. Otherwise, why would you bother to do this work on yourself? And it's not hard work. When you think about the solution, it automatically uplifts you. When you think about the problem, it brings you down to the dark side. So we're trying to get up out of the dark side and uplift ourselves and get out of the dark side. And so that's the first monumental difference, is the focus on the solution rather than the problem. Of course, you have to deal with the problem because, it's in your way, but we try to minimize it as much as possible and get ourselves over here as fast as we can. So that's the first big, exciting, uplifting difference that you'll get with me. The second uplifting, exciting difference, revolutionary difference, is the invitation to frame your recovery experience as a warrior. And a warrior is a noble person, a trained person, a willing person, somebody who has the skill to go into battle, and somebody who's willing to go into battle for a career. And so we know that the impulse to self-destruct, it comes to every earthling when we come to planet Earth. There's nothing that we can do about it. That impulse is embedded in us all. It's gravity pulling us all down, and so the best that we can do is to face that impulse and uplift ourselves from it. And so that is the battle that you have chosen to engage in this lifetime, which is to win over the ever-present impulse to self-destruct. And instead of self-destructing, use that energy that's in that impulse as a source of power, and to acquire power from it and to claim it as your own. This is also a revolutionary idea, that the energy contained in the unwanted behavior or dependency or addiction that you're dealing with can actually be captured and claimed as your own. It's like a farm. You have this great farm for power, and it's in that behavior that you so badly want to get rid of. But maybe it's the best thing that ever happened to you, because you can start farming this for real power and for a real different life experience. And with that in mind, I also invite you to consider taking the vow of harmlessness. And harmlessness is, of course, doing no harm to yourself and doing no harm to others. And it sounds really easy peasy, but it isn't. Because in our culture, the practice of harmfulness is very subtle and socially accepted. And to become harmless is actually countercultural. That's what makes it hard, because it goes against every message that you're going to be hearing. I mean, everybody believes in revenge. Everybody believes in an eye for an eye. Everybody uses guilt trips. Everybody uses hissy fits. Everybody is prone to manipulation of others. And these are all socially accepted acts of harm. They ultimately make you feel bad about yourself, and they make you feel bad about others. And all these bad feelings contribute to your urge to grab for something, to calm yourself down, and to escape from the bad feelings. So when you stop practicing harmfulness, the urge to grab for something to calm yourself down is either eliminated or dramatically reduced. Because why? Because you don't feel bad about yourself. You don't feel bad about others. The chronic anxiety, chronic worry, chronic fear, chronic bad feelings, they just all go away. And so does that urge. And so it's a huge assist to become harmless. A lot of people, so the big difficulty with harmlessness is that it's countercultural. It's also perceived wrongly, I might add, as wussiness, letting people walk all over you, and it's not that at all. What you have to do is learn a whole new set of skills to get what you want without resorting to the dark side again. You know, when you're harmful, you're living in the dark side, and when you become harmless, you lift yourself up. It's an uplifting experience. You feel good about yourself. I mean, that's really all there is, folks. So, it's hard because you have to learn a new set of skills, and you have to override the messaging that you can't get what you want. That way you can get what you want. You can make yourself happy. You're not being asked to give up on anything that you want, or, getting your own sweet way. You're just being asked to do it in a different manner. And that takes a little bit of skill. Like the warrior. The warrior has to be skilled. This is your skill, how to do this. So that's the third thing. So far we have the first, which is the relentless focus on the solution and minimizing the problem as much as practical and possible. The second thing is framing the experience as a warrior who acquires power and overrides the impulse to self-destruct. The third thing is the vow of harmlessness and overcoming the cultural messaging and overcoming the lack of skill by acquiring new skills. And then the last thing with that is that you don't get any points. Nobody's going to say, oh, how great that you're harmless. I really appreciate it. They're not going to even probably notice. The people in your world won't notice. You won't get points in the bank. You won't get kudos. All you're going to do is feel good about yourself, and you're going to be less chronically anxious and afraid. And that is a monument. That is enough. You don't need the points. That's enough, because you don't have to grab for something to feel good or to numb out. And the fourth thing that is radically different is the practice of extreme self-care. It's taking care of yourself like you mean it, like you're serious, in a way that cannot be denied to yourself or to others. And it's a way of taking care of yourself that says, I love me. I take care of me. I'm valuable. I'm not knocking affirmations as a tool for using to develop self-worth and self-love. But when you demonstrate that you love yourself day in and day out by taking extreme self-care of yourself, it's a faster way to get from point A to point B. And it's a more powerful way. And it's another one of those things that makes you feel good about yourself. Your opinion of your self-worth goes up, 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 up. And it's unstoppable. And you don't have to ask other people to respect you or to value you or to give you power because you've given it to yourself. And they're just going to follow along willingly. It's so easy. And it can be so much fun. So extreme self-care is an essential component. And that's the fourth thing that's really revolutionary, really different, and really uplifting. And I already explained me. I'm a really different person. I do my best to be authentic with you. I do my best to give you really helpful, high-performing direction that brings you the results you want with the least amount of effort in the fastest way possible. I do my best to walk my talk and to be a role model for you to the best of my ability. And I do my best to show you that this can be fun and enjoyable along the way, and we can have fun with the whole experience. It doesn't have to be Debbie Downer. So there you have it. I already explained to you the products that I offer. I put out a new video every week. And I hope you'll check it out. If you like this video, smash that like button. It will help me out. Please consider subscribing. When I get my first 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give myself a Rihanna tattoo with that cascading star down her neck. So please help me to get there quickly. I can't wait to have my first tattoo at this advanced age in life. Come back. I can't wait to be with you. Bye for now. Whoops.